Hi fellas, welcome back. Happy New Year. Wow, it's been a while since I've been in this garage. I've probably not been in here for, getting on 2 weeks now. Just busy over Christmas. I'm also now the proud father to a beautiful little boy that was born on the 27th of December. So I've had my hands tied up, making sure he's alright and the missus and all that kind of stuff, and I'm absolutely loving it. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. I'm back in the garage. So also, while I've been away, a couple of parts have turned up, and prior to the last video I've been cleaning up a few other bits and bobs. So what I'll do is I'll show you some of the new parts that I've got, and I'm going to show you a couple of the parts that I've cleaned up, even new parts that I've had to paint because the finish on them was just crap. And then what I'm going to do, we're going to start getting all the bits and bobs on the engine. Now it's all literally ready to go. Get it all bolted on. Put it together. The minivan should be back within the next 2 weeks, I'm hoping, if the paint goes well, which I think it will do. And then we can start getting the lumen and pedal box and all that kind of stuff. So, right, I'll show you what I've bought anyway. First and foremost, if anyone had ordered a Minivation phone holder, you will know how long these have took to arrive. Anyway, I've bought a Minivation phone holder for the van, and I've also bought another Minivation phone holder for the Mark 1, sort of Mark 2 style, for future minis. I've got one in the blue Mini. I've not got one in the red Mini. I don't drive the red Mini enough to warrant putting a phone holder in. So anyway, I've got two of the Mark 1 style. So if I do get another Mini, I've got a Minivation phone holder for it. Okay, what else have I got? So I ordered some bits from Minimime as well. So I've got a new coil, I've got an oil filter for the van as well. I am aware as well, Paul Jeffries pointed out that it's an MG Rover one and it should be a Unipart one. So I'm probably going to get another one of them because that will just drive my OCD nuts. So I'll get another one of them. I can't use that on me other two Minis because they're automatic. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I've also got, what's in here? A new windscreen washer bottle pump, another one of them. I tell you what, Minimime's great as well. You just order it on the internet and it just turns up at your door, and it's absolutely spot on. I've got, I don't know what that is. That's either an indicator relay or a hazard light relay, and that one's even indicator or hazard light. I've got lower and upper engine steady bushes, temperature sensor. That's the thermostat housing fitting kit, engine steady fitting kit, water pump fitting kit. I've got a longer central oil sump, a couple of clevis pins as well for the new pedal box, a couple of gaskets, new thermostat, various nuts and bolts. I've got an exhaust fitting kit, sorry, exhaust. I always get picked up on that I say exhaust and not exhaust. Right, so that's it for parts. Oh, new radiator. I've got new hoses, bottom hoses and all that kind of stuff. I've also cleaned up and painted the water pump. I've painted that green. I've painted the thermostat housing green. What else have I painted? I've got a full tray of parts here, which I'll run through and just show you quickly what I've done. So the master cylinder mounting bracket, I had to paint that black because the finish on it was just absolutely diabolical considering it was new. Carb gasket, engine steady bracket. I've refurbished my old slave cylinder, painted that up. I was going to buy a new one, but the finish that I've got on that is probably better than new anyway, so don't know what that is, I'll paint it anyway. Slave cylinder bracket, that's all done. The oil filter mounting piece, just painted that green, painted the pipe green. What else have I done? Water pump gasket, rocker cover T-bars, won't be needing them anytime soon. Oil temperature and pressure regulator, valve, whatever that is. I don't know. Engine steady, painted that silver. Alternator bracket, painted that silver. And then one of the blank off plates for the wok, I've also painted that green. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, I've bought a new head stud fitting kit for the fitting the cylinder head. So that's done. Starter motor, I don't know if you see that in the background. I've painted that black and I've also painted around the bottom silver. Hey, this is what I picked up today as well. I've also bought a new Imperial and metric socket set from Machine Mart. So this has got obviously metric and Imperial bits. That was 52 quid, which is a bit of a bargain, that's to be honest with you. So yeah, why it's took me nearly 3 years to buy an Imperial socket set when I've owned minis, God only knows, but I've only really started doing more to them in the past, well, since I built this garage really. So that'll come in really handy. Right, without further ado, let's start getting some bits on this engine. Enough waffle, and let's get cracking. He sent the wrong one. Pissed me off that. Right, let's do something else. Okay, so I've come into a bit of a problem with this coil, where I'm going to mount it. Now, I ordered a coil with this bracket, but the bolt that I've got doesn't fit through there. I hope that's focusing, because I can't see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a slight little slice down, just shave that bit off there, just to allow my bolt to go through, and then I can get it mounted to the wok. Okay, so I'm going to fit this plate on the side here, but the bolts that I've got are too long, so I'm just going to whiz these down, because I've had a look, and if I was to fit that it's going to catch that. So I'm going to whiz them down. They only need to be sort of 5mm threads, because literally the plate that I'm putting on is only that thin. So I'm going to whiz them down, fit that, and we'll go from there. Right, that's back on there. Oh, what else? I'm just trying to think now what else I can do. Tell you what we can do. We can fit the exhaust studs to the back of this cylinder head. Right, okay fellas, so I'll show you what I've done. So I've cleaned up them pistons. Out. Clean up them pistons, so I am going to now put the head on and see how we go from there. Okay, so that's them studs out. I've cleaned all this up, scraped all the old gasket off. So I'm going to put the new studs in, new head gasket on, and I'm going to try and lift this head on myself. I don't ever be able to do that myself just because of the angle of it, because once I get to a certain point I've got zero balance, and then I'll just fall. So I'm going to try and put it on. If not, I'll have to end the video there and then wait until someone comes and gives me a lift, but let's see if we can do it. I got a set, lad. Right fellas, sorry about that. My mate called round, which is very convenient actually, because there's no way to lift that cylinder head on my own. So anyway, the cylinder head's now on. I've used a BK54 head gasket, is it? Sorry, it's a BK450. That was recommended to me by Steve, Turbo Cooper. I also used the BK450 on my Blue Mini. I believe they're a really good head gasket, so I've used one of them, and I've just put the head on temporary and just put the nuts on loose just to make sure I don't lose anything, because Will just wants to check something on these double valve springs, because I think when you convert from single valve, from a single valve spring to a double valve spring, if there's a tolerance which is a certain amount, then you might have to, I can't remember what he said, was it shim it or something like that? Anyway, anyone who knows what they're doing will know what I'm on about. So that's on, coils on, start motors on. I can't do the oil thing yet because I need to get a new gasket for that. Engine steady, brackets on the side. I've just got a couple of other bits to paint up, like the water pump pulley, the fan belt pulley, sorry. A few other bits and bobs, so I'm going to do that as and when I can get in here. Hopefully the van will be back in a couple of weeks. Saying that, what date are we now? Yeah, should be back within the next week or so. So probably the next video will probably be the van, because I've only got little bits I need to do, like paint the exhaust manifold. I need to get a couple more nuts and bolts. Just little bits really, which it's not worth making a video out of it really, because it's just tedious really. So yeah, I need to also pick up some more Mohawk green spray paint to do my rocker cover, and then we can get cracking when the van's back to fit like the pedal box, master cylinders, start getting the wiring loom in, and a few other bits and bobs, and then I shall get the boys up and we'll get the engine in and hopefully get it back on the road for about May time. That's my target, to get it back on the road for May. So I want to try and get it down to Himley in May. Bingley Hall's coming up. Bingley's 3 weeks today. I'll be at Bingley this year. I won't be taking any minis though. If it's dry, I might drive my blue one down, but more than likely I'll just go in a normal car rather than pissing around with that. But right, as always guys, thanks for watching. I've just reached over 1,000 subscribers, which is just mad. I can't believe how many people actually watch the videos, so thanks for watching and all the comments and stuff, and thanks for the positive feedback as well about the engine on the last video. I had loads and loads of comments, and you know, it really does motivate me to kind of get in here and make the videos and put something out there for you guys as well. So as always, thank you very much, and I shall catch you in a couple of weeks when the van's back. Take care guys.